The early internet was, in some ways, the new Wild West. Ideas were built, developed, refined, and discarded just as fast. What was popular one day was completely useless by the next. It was a revolution of content, with people connected from all over the world. We exchanged ideas, jokes, our urban legends, and our mythology. Throughout this auspicious time, some universal villains came to light. Most notable is probably still Slender Man. But today, I want to talk about something that came before and still hides in the fringes of the internet horror discourse. I want to talk about the Rake. In 2006, Brian Somerville, writing in his personal blog, put the first recorded story about the Rake in his feature Theater of Horror. Somerville presents a history of the Rake stretching back to the 12th century. While most of the internet was quick to enjoy a small bit of scary writing about a fictional creature, others were not so sure. Speculation was building that the Rake was an actual creature hiding in the edges of what is known. The Rake is often described as a humanoid creature, roughly 6 feet tall with pale gray skin. Its eyes are dark hollows with no pupil. Its limbs terminate in large claws. It's said to watch and only attack if approached. Its mouth is a slit, but its jaw is hinged. It is a nightmare creature that no one wants to earnestly encounter. In 2010, a news report aired that some point to as definitive proof of the existence of the Rake.
Crazy image. I put the pic up on Facebook, and this is what some of you had to say about it. Steven says, this is a computer-generated Photoshop image, and it's definitely not real.
Unfortunately, it appears that this is simply a Photoshop using a character from the PlayStation 3 game Resistance. This revelation has not stopped people from continuing to insist that this is, in fact, the Rake. There are over 8,000 images on DeviantArt of the Rake, and a quick YouTube search will show you that people are allegedly encountering the Rake every day. Early stories mainly involve the Rake sitting at the end of people's beds until noticed, when it will whisper dark secrets to them, driving them to suicide. Some of the alleged eyewitness accounts are chilling. These accounts, from all parts of the world, contain similar ideas and descriptions, and are considered evidence that something beyond a creepy campfire story is at work here. The prevailing theory is that the writers of these stories have accidentally discovered a creature that's been walking among us since the beginning of time. Some kind of primordial terror that was never meant to be discovered. Now that we've opened the door, there's no going back. Another theory suggests that we have created the Rake. They believe that our collective unconscious has brought forth a mind form, or tulpa. That our knowledge of the Rake and belief in it have made it real. This is, of course, unconfirmed, and I can't think of a way to confirm it. It's interesting to consider on those dark, cold nights when you hear something move in your darkened bedroom. Of course, there is always the theory that the Rake was created wholesale by a group of bored internet denizens. In 2005, on 4chan's B board, in a thread titled, "Hey B, let's make a new monster," the monster created in this thread remains roughly accurate in all accounts of the Rake. Does knowing that we can track the Rake back to its very creation on 4chan mean it doesn't actually exist? I'll leave that up to you to decide. You can tell me about it in the comments or on Twitter at Unsolved. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. If you enjoy this content, drop a like and a subscribe. Thanks for watching.